Ronald Reagan, a former Hollywood actor, captivated America with his charisma and conservative ideals. He became the 40th President of the United States. His journey to the White House was unusual. He started as a Democrat but later switched to the Republican Party. Reagan served 2 terms as the governor of California before winning the presidential election in 1980. Reagan's presidency was a time of significant change. He took office during a period of economic stagnation and international uncertainty. The Iran hostage crisis cast a shadow over the nation. Americans were looking for a leader who could restore their confidence and bring back prosperity. Reagan's optimistic vision for America resonated with the people. He believed in limited government, individual freedom, and a strong national defense. His supporters saw him as a beacon of hope. They believed he could restore America's standing in the world. Reagan introduced a bold economic policy known as Reaganomics. This approach aimed to revitalize the American economy. He believed in reducing the role of government and empowering businesses. Tax cuts were a cornerstone of this policy. He argued that lower taxes would stimulate investment and economic growth. Deregulation was another key aspect of Reaganomics. He sought to reduce government regulations on businesses. Reagan believed that excessive regulations stifled innovation and hindered economic growth. He aimed to create a more business-friendly environment. Reagan's economic policies were met with mixed reactions. Supporters praised his focus on free markets and individual initiative. They credited his policies with ending the recession and ushering in an era of economic expansion. Critics argued that his policies mainly benefited the wealthy. They pointed to the growing income inequality during his presidency. Reagan was a staunch anti-communist. He believed the Soviet Union was a dangerous threat to the United States and its allies. He called the Soviet Union an evil empire. He increased military spending and launched the Strategic Defense Initiative, or SDI. This program aimed to develop a space-based missile defense system. Reagan's tough stance on communism was evident in his dealings with the Soviet Union. He engaged in a series of arms control talks with Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev. He also challenged the Soviet Union's human rights record. Reagan's policies contributed to the eventual collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. Section 4. The Great Communicator Captivating a Nation. Ronald Reagan was often called the Great Communicator. He was known for his ability to connect with people through his speeches. Reagan possessed an innate charm and charisma. He could convey complex ideas in a simple and relatable way. Reagan understood the power of storytelling. He often used anecdotes and humor to illustrate his points. He spoke directly to the American people. His speeches were often filled with optimism and patriotism. He inspired hope and confidence in his audience. Section 5. A Mixed Legacy, Adoration, and Controversy. Ronald Reagan left a complex legacy. He is remembered by many as one of America's greatest presidents. His supporters admire his strong leadership, his commitment to conservative principles, and his role in ending the Cold War. Critics argue that his policies contributed to income inequality and social divisions. They point to his administration's handling of the AIDS crisis. Despite these criticisms, Reagan's impact on American politics and culture is undeniable. He helped to usher in a new era of conservatism. His presidency continues to be debated and analyzed by historians and political scientists. Reagan's story is a reminder of the enduring power of ideas and the lasting impact of a charismatic leader.